Let's take a look at the problems 3, 4, 5, and 6 on page 385, reviewing Module 12. So problem number 3, we're going to graph that equation using the slope and y-intercept. So the first thing you graph is the y-intercept. So that is -3. So our first point is going to be at -3. And then our slope. Our slope is 2. But to help us graph it, let's turn it into a fraction by simply putting it over 1. 2 is the rise, and 1 is what we call the run. Simply change in y over change in x. So change in y over change in x, it will go up 2 over 1. Up 2 over 1. Up 2 over 1. Up 2 over 1. Or if we go down 2, we go left 1. They're both positive, so if we go the opposite direction, we have to make them both negative. And so our line looks like that. Number 4, does the table represent a proportional or non-proportional linear relationship? So let's find our change in y over change in x. So let's see, this is 4, this is 4, this is 4, this is 4, this is 1, 1, 1, and 1. So change in y over change in x is 4 over 1. So our slope, or our constant, is 4. So y equals 4x. Do we need a b? Well, let's plug in variables. So for here, if x equals 1, that's 1 times 4. And that gives us 4, so that works. Moving on, the next one, x is 2, so y equals 4 times 2, so we should have 8 equals 8. Yes, it does. Moving on to the next one, 12, which is y equals 4 times 3. Yes, it does. So far, this one checks, and this one checks. Let's just keep going just to make sure. Well, next one is 16. That's our y value equals 4 times our x value, which is 4. That checks out. And just for good measure, for the last one, y is 20. So 20 equals 4 times our x value, which is 5. And it does work out. So for number 4, it is proportional. Now 5, does the graph in exercise 2 represent a proportional or non-proportional relationship? We did exercise 2 in a previous video, but in exercise 2, we did have a y-intercept of -1, and if there's a y-intercept that's not through the origin, or the y-intercept is not 0, then it is non-proportional. 6, does the graph in exercise 3 represent a proportional or non-proportional relationship? Again, this is pretty straightforward. We don't even need to look at the graph. We can look here. We have a b that is not 0. And if we look at the line, we see that it does not cross at the origin. So number 6 is also non-proportional.